Greetings everybody, let's get this thing started. Panda here, and today we are going to be discussing the top 5 guns that I hope that will be featured in Revelations. Oh my goodness, so much hype and mystery surrounding this map. Will it be the last map we get? Are we gonna have to play through all the maps again? Nobody knows. Everyone's excited. I cannot wait for Tuesday to get my hands on this map. If you guys are new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date with every single thing PNDAtv. But without further ado, let's jump on in to my top 5 guns that I hope to see in Revelations, starting it off with number 5. I would love to see the R70 Ajax featured in Revelations. I believe it is actually in one of the images that we saw. I believe it is Dempsey who is holding it. That's actually one of the weapons that I really want to get badly in supply drops as well for multiplayer. It's a really cool weapon. If you guys aren't familiar with it, it actually has a 3D printer built into it, so it never runs out of ammo. Similar to the Paralyzer from Buried. Yes, it can overheat, and sometimes you do have to give it a couple seconds to replenish the ammo, but I would really love to see it in Revelations. I also hope that it comes true, especially because it is in the poster. It really sometimes bothers me when Treyarch teases a certain weapon and then we don't actually get it. So I really do hope to see the R70 Ajax. It is an LMG and something similar to the Dingo. It'd be really great to have that unlimited ammo if they do decide to give it that feature. And you know, with zombies, sometimes a max ammo doesn't come so often once you get into the higher rounds, and I think it would just be a very clutch weapon to have in Revelations. Sliding on down to number 4, the next weapon that I would like to see come into Revelations is one that is also from multiplayer, and that is the Banshee. I just think it would be so much fun to have a really cool blaster type gun in zombies. We don't really have anything quite like it. Yes, if you did pay attention, the Mangler, his burst, his fire that he shoots at us, yes, that is a Banshee shot, but I would love for us as the player to be able to use the Banshee in game. I think it would be so much fun, and I think putting double tap on that bad boy, once you even pack a punch it against a horde of zombies, I can just imagine they would all explode and fall back, and it would be so awesome to see, and an awesome weapon, just something fresh and different in zombies for us to use. Now guys, slithering on down to the number 3 spot, we have a weapon that was introduced to us in Zetsubo no Shima, and we have never seen it since, and that are the bays, the beautiful Marshal 16s. That to me is one of the most fun weapons to use in zombies, and it's a complete shame that we have not seen it since Zetsubo. I kind of can understand why they didn't bring it into Gorod Krovi. That map, with all the weapons that they give you, along with the specialist weapon and the shield, is not the most challenging. So I think having the Marshals in Gorod Krovi would have made the map a little bit too easy. But I'm expecting and guessing that Revelations is going to be much more difficult than Gorod Krovi. Maybe not as challenging as Zetsubo, but I still would love to see the return of the Marshal 16. Plus, the rarity of getting them out of the box is quite high. Sometimes you have to spin it 10 times before you even get the Marshal, so I think it wouldn't be too game-changing if they brought it back into Revelations, because the weapon is so rare to get anyways. Would love to have those Marshals back in my life. So please, Treyarch, go ahead and bless me, all high holiness, with the Marshal 16s. And now skipping on down to the number 2 spot on our list for the top 5 weapons that we would like to see in Revelations, we have one that we have not yet seen at all in any form in Black Ops 3. Not in multiplayer, not in the campaign, and certainly not in zombies. And this is the Thunder Gun. I'm sure most of you have seen it by now, but there was a poster that Treyarch released for Revelations, and one of the characters is holding what really looks like the Thunder Gun. OMG, OMG, I would love to have this weapon back. I can just remember playing Kino, training on the stage, and spanking some zombie hiney with the thunder gun. This is one of the most classic weapons, besides probably the ray gun itself, that is put into zombies. So I think people would absolutely lose their minds if we got back the thunder gun. It would be so much fun. I want it, Treyarch. Give it to me, please. I need it back in my life. Now guys, arriving at our number 1 spot, this is kind of a strange little theory that I have, and a hope and a dream that I have. Will it happen? I'm not positive, but I would think it would be so amazing if it did, and let me explain what I am talking about. In the gameplay trailer for Revelations, we see the gravity spikes. Now the community really had a mixed reaction. Some people were excited to see it back, some people were kind of let down that they were seeing recycled content from other maps, and some people just had hope, like, okay, if you're going to recycle a specialist weapon, why is it the gravity spikes? Like, can we get back a baby dragon? Can we even get back the skull of Non-Stopway? Something a little bit more exciting than the gravity spikes, or maybe you love the gravity spikes. But here is a theory that I have. Will it happen? As I said, I don't know, but I think it would be amazing. Imagine if on this map there were more than 4 or 5 buildables. Imagine if there were something like 10 or 11 or 12 buildables. You're like, what the hell are you talking about? Let me explain. Okay, some people also said that they saw what looked like Hell's Retriever from Mob of the Dead. That also I would assume would take a specialist weapon slot. So seeing both the gravity spikes and that Hell's Retriever makes me think, what if Treyarch put in multiple or all of the specialist weapons that we have seen in Black Ops 3 Zombies so far, and it's just up to you to decide which ones you build. Maybe there are only 3 buildable tables on the map, and you use one for the wonder weapon, you use one for your shield, and then as a team you guys can pick one specialist weapon that you want. Or maybe there are multiple, because it seems like the map might be pretty big, multiple workbenches, and then you can go ahead and build maybe 2 or 3 of the specialist weapons, and each player can choose one that they would like to use. As I said, don't know if it will happen, but I would love to see it happen. Plus, I think it would put a really interesting spin on the Easter egg, because most likely there's going to be some sort of a boss fight, so oftentimes you need to use that specialist weapon to defeat the boss. But what if you had to think of a right strategy using multiple of the specialist weapons? You may have to say, alright, well, 2 people are going to come in with gravity spikes, one person's going to bring the skull, another person's going to bring the Hell's Retriever, and each person will have a different task in the boss fight. Now, did Treyarch think that deep into it? I don't know. We may just be getting back the gravity spikes and the Hell's Retriever, but that completes our top 5 list here today. If I missed a weapon, or you would like to see something different than my list, or would rearrange them in a different order, feel free to comment down below and let me know what weapons you would like to see return to Revelations. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to give that like button a good old high five for me. It really does help me out. But on that note, guys, I'm out of here. I'm sending you good vibes. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch ya next time. Panda out.
Hey, y'all dudes, and take a seat while I crack it open and hit you with some knowledge. With a bachelor's, yup, straight from college. Blast furnace, double pack.